There are 5 different modes of inheritance that I will be discussing today. First, starting with X-linked dominant traits. This means that you need one affected X-linked chromosome in a male or female to have the trait. As seen, a female can have 3 different genotypes but only 2 different phenotypes. This is because the dominant allele takes over the recessive, so heterozygous and homozygous females can be affected. However, as seen in males, they can only have 2 genotypes and 2 phenotypes. This is because the male only has one X chromosome. A rule of thumb dealing with X-linked dominant traits is that if an affected male has a daughter, she will also be affected, since the male only has one X chromosome to give. Next are X-linked recessive traits. X-linked recessive traits are masked by dominant alleles, so for a female to be affected, you need 2 recessive alleles. Females can have 3 different genotypes but only 2 phenotypes. For a male to be affected, you only need 1 recessive allele since males only have one X chromosome. A rule of thumb dealing with X-linked recessive traits is that an affected female has a son, he will also be affected. Another mode of inheritance are Y-linked traits. Only males can be affected by Y-linked inheritance, since females do not have Y chromosomes. An affected father will always have affected sons, and females will never be affected. The next mode of inheritance is autosomal recessive traits. Unlike the other mode of inheritance that I have talked about, autosomal recessive traits are not sex-determined. Since the dominant allele masks a recessive allele, autosomal recessive traits only show when 2 recessive alleles are together, as shown in the picture. The last mode of inheritance I am going to talk about are the autosomal dominant traits. Since dominant alleles are shown over recessive, a homozygous and heterozygous gene can be affected, as seen in the diagram. Furthermore, an example of autosomal dominant trait is Alzheimer's disease. In the TV show Grey's Anatomy, the main character Meredith Grey's mother, also known as Ellis Grey, dies of Alzheimer's disease. Throughout the show, the Alzheimer's gene is tracked throughout the family. The pedigree shown is Ellis Grey's family. As we are not sure all the genotypes of the characters, we can use genetics to make predictions. As Ellis Grey had Alzheimer's, she passed it to Meredith Grey. It was a 50% chance that Meredith would be normal or have the Alzheimer's disease. This is the same as the 3rd generation. Meredith married Derek, who was normal, and so her kids had a 50% chance of getting Alzheimer's or a 50% chance of being normal. Ellis also had a daughter with Richard. She had a 50% chance of being normal and a 50% chance of being Alzheimer's gene as well.